Yo, what is going on, guys? Episode 99 of many. If you are watching on YouTube, yes, you see my brother is kind of in the shot. He is working on some marketing stuff here for Grizzy's. He's also working on some breakfast, and you might see some staff coming in and out from any of these doors. So I'm going to keep it short and sweet today. I really just want to give you guys another update on Grizzy's. It's what I'm going through. I try to give you guys some general business stuff and what's happening in the life of Grizzly and Priority and Grizzy's and the Grizzly life and all of these items, right? So first and foremost, you probably can't see, I'm not much of a facial hair guy, but I haven't had a whole lot of time to myself. And for those of you listening that are on my fitness side of things, you would know that I was doing, or that I am doing 75 hard, right? And I say it was because I did fail. Now, for those of you who don't know what 75 hard is, really quick, Andy Frizella, this fitness guy in the supplement industry, we were doing 45-minute workout outside every single day, a 45-minute workout other. So that was like my indoor strength training routine. You've got to read 10 pages a day, 1 gallon of water, strict diet, and no alcohol. For me, I read about 300 pages a week, so I'm not too concerned about the 10 pages a day. Also, I work out almost every single day inside as well. So for me, it was a challenge. Through this entire cold stretch, I know everybody wanted to stay inside. I was going outside every single day for at least 45 minutes in the sheer cold. I was dressing up and I was out there. Additionally, I usually drink a gallon of water a day, so I wasn't really tracking it. And so the reason I'm telling you this, I was doing, in quotations, 75 hard, but I wasn't like that strict. The main reason I was doing it was, one, to push myself to do the indoor-outdoor workout, especially through the cold, because nobody wants to go out in the cold. That's like a mental toughness aspect. And then for me, it was the alcohol aspect. I'm a Wisconsin boy. I like my Busch Light. I like having a good time. So for me, I was just trying to cut out alcohol for 75 days. I started like right after Christmas, I believe, and I made it to the last day of January. Of course, I didn't really calculate in when I decided to do 75 hard how hard that would be with owning a bar and restaurant. I didn't want to be the owner that got back here and doesn't condone drink. Like, I don't know. I was just my own mental aspect, but for me, celebrating usually involves, maybe drinking a beer or two. So I ended up celebrating this weekend this amazing restaurant, this amazing business, the team that I have inherited, the team that I now call my family. I made my choice and I made my bed, so that's what I'm doing, okay? So 75 hard, I failed. Again, I wasn't necessarily doing 75 hard, but I didn't make my goal of my alcohol, and I'm still going to continue to do my workouts, so I'm going to get back in the routine. But this last week and a half alone, since Grizzy's, I haven't really had much time to myself. Like, I try to come work out, but when I'm working out, I'm just thinking of being here and what I want to do and what I want to accomplish. When I'm here, like, I'm just in it. I love it. I love every second of it. I usually work from the bar during the week on my computer so I can get my work done for our other businesses as well. So even when I'm trying to sleep at night, I get home at, the last couple days I've done a little bit better, but when I get home, I'm just like thinking of this place. I'm literally thinking of it. I'm having hard times falling asleep. I'm like dreaming of it. Like, literally my dreams will involve things that are going on here. And then again, I wake up and I'm immediately thinking about it. So usually I go home and I will have an hour of downtime. I will read, like, I will relax. I will get the phone away from me. That's like my routine. And literally the last week and a half, I have literally read like almost nothing, and I'm just constantly making notes. What do I need to make sure the team knows? What else can we do in the bar and restaurant? What should we be adding to the menu? How are we scheduling our employees? Like, how are we communicating? Like, I've got all of these ideas going on in my head at all times, and I'm telling you guys this because I want you to understand, like, the passion and love. Like, this is awesome. Like, I'm just so in it. I'm enjoying every second of it. Every conversation I have with anybody around me, G, the producer, anybody in my family, any of my friends, really, it's like it all comes back to this right now. I'm excited about this. This is getting me going. And then obviously it's like always a balancing act, right? We've got these other businesses. So I just wanted to give you guys an update today on Grizzy's, what's happening, where my mind is at, how it's affecting me personally. And I want you guys to realize that, like, I'm all in on this. I'm communicating with our team all of the time. As soon as I get here, I'm greeting everybody. When I leave, I'm saying goodbyes, and we're doing some awesome stuff. So, story of the day for you is we are working on a deep clean of the kitchen. Just different areas that need cleaning, and you know, I don't need to get into too crazy detail, but we're working on like cleaning up the kitchen. We're working on better organizing the kitchen. We're working on new appliances for the kitchen, or used or refurbished or fixing up. Like, I want to make sure the kitchen works right. I want to be able to offer our community the best food, the most food. Like, I just want the kitchen needs to work the way it needs to work, right? So I'm working on the kitchen as a big project right now. So if you're coming in as a customer and you're seeing the front end, we are working on cleaning. We are getting new tools like new vacuums and new dusters, and so we can really clean up everywhere and have a good system to making what the customers see look good, feel good, is, you know, all of that. The back end is the kitchen. We've got what's called the conditional permit, so we have a couple things that we have to do on that side of things. We have to there's like just some like drywall stuff that we got to repair, some new stuff that needs a little bit of paint. What happens is when you buy a business like this, there's any kind of business, there's things that are grandfathered in, you know, depending on how long you've owned the business, right? So if I own this business for the next 30 years and things change, I might be grandfathered into some things if I sell it in 30 years, right? So when we took over, there were just some new requirements that have come about, and so now that I'm the new owner, we have to like come up to par, right? That's basically what's happening. So our kitchen does have like a handful of things, some sinks that need to do, some sinks we need to replace or do this or do that with it. The bathroom, we're doing a little renovation back there for our employee bathroom as well. Our office, we're doing a deep clean and organization. We're going through our entire dry storage to reorganize that, get rid of anything that's not needed in there, to maximize our space and organization and all of that. And then, as well as, like I said, getting our appliances to work properly, organizing our appliances to work. So here is story of the day. Our cooks have been coming in a little bit earlier, like 5 a.m. to work on cleaning the kitchen in the areas that I've kind of requested and that we've all agreed on. We want to move this or do that. For those of you who have never moved kitchen equipment, it's not very easy to move. It's heavy, it's awkward, and again, we don't know what we're getting into until we're getting into it, right? So the cooks were moving the big griddle, right? Our flat top grill, the griddle where all your hash browns, your eggs, your bacon, right? Everything, that's like our main tool. That's our main appliance. And so it was on a stainless steel table with casters on it. And the problem is where it sits, there's just like a little unlevelness of where like the wheel was hitting, kind of like just like a crack essentially. And so when they were pulling it out, and when they've done this in the past, I think over time, what happens is they kind of have to like yank the stainless steel table, which the griddle sits on top of, and then there's casters again underneath the table. So what's happened is this griddle's so heavy, and the feet from the stainless steel table have kind of angled out a little bit. And then what happened yesterday was, sorry, I'm recording Wednesday, so what happened on Tuesday was that the caster kicked out, it came out from underneath the table tipped, the griddle fell, and we ended up snapping a gas line. Our main cook, he got it shut off right away, and essentially what happened, we had a very specialty repair essentially. So all day yesterday, my brain was like, how do we fix this? How do we make this better? You know, we need a new table. So yesterday, I come in here and I get here right away. I got a call at 5:30 from Alicia. I get here at 6:15. I start looking at the situation, and I like problems. I like solving problems. I like making things better for everybody. And so I'm looking for new stainless steel tables. I'm looking for maybe like new griddles, because I don't know if this one's gonna work right, if we get it repaired. I had Lear come down here. Lear was here when I got here to assess the situation. Another one of the Lears came down to reassess the situation. And basically, because it was stainless, they couldn't perform the repair. Basically, again, for you listening or watching, if you see my hands, we have the griddle, and then out the back there's like a stainless thread that then the gas hose connects to the stainless thread. And so what happened is when the griddle fell, that stainless thread snapped off inside the elbow on the gas hose, and then we were left with less threads on our stainless. Still threads there, it didn't like snap off, and it snapped off clean, but we essentially had to have Mr. Moriarty in here. I call him the wizard of repairs when it comes to this, and he's like, it's not looking good. You know, it kind of sounded like we had somebody in the hospital, and he was telling us like what's going on. And he ended up making things happen. We got it fixed, and everything was good. So we get it back on this really sketchy table. That once we got it back on the sketchy table, that's when I noticed, holy cow, that's why this thing fell in the first place. The legs are like bent, not at a 45 degree, but they were bent in, and it just wasn't good. And I'm sure, like I said, after years of use and kind of moving around and whatever else, it probably is just a lot of weight on this table. So again, yesterday I spent a lot of time trying to find new tables for this to get on so it wasn't so sketchy, so it was safer. And we ended up finding actually 2 tables in our own inventory here that we could kind of repurpose and make sense that were the same level, and it would actually disperse the weight better and it would be safer for our team. So we said, okay, great, we've got the tables, we've got a system. Now how the hell are we gonna, because in a kitchen you're so tight on space, everything, like every inch matters in a commercial kitchen. So what we did was, I'm trying to think, okay, how do we, it was so hard getting this griddle on the table yesterday and getting the table like back underneath it, and again, it was just a hard situation. So I'm thinking, okay, now we've got it on the table, and mind you, I get it on the table and I notice how crooked these legs are. I'm like, I need to give this thing extra support. Like, this thing is just scaring the shit out of me. I'm afraid I'm gonna leave and slowly these legs are just gonna have too much weight on them, and boom, we're gonna have the same situation. So I grabbed, I had a buddy, we had Johnny here from the Bug, and he gave me a little tire jack that he had in his Jeep. And so I had a 4x4 and we jacked it up, gave a little bit extra support in the corner. Then I had my other buddy bring like a 5-ton floor jack, you know, to the shop here, or to Grizzy's, and then we jacked up again another. So we had a little bit extra support on that side that was just creeping me out. And so that was kind of my problem that was my solution for the day until we moved the tables. Now, when you've got hot appliances and you got to cook food for everybody, it's not very easy to solve the situation like in the heat of it, unless we tell our customers we can't service you, and that is not something that I wanted to do. So we made do with what we had. We came back in this morning, the cooks were here again around 5 a.m. cleaning, and I'm like, okay, how are we gonna move this better tomorrow? Because we have to lift it up, we have to get the table out, then we have to hold the griddle up in the air, we have to put new tables underneath it, and it's just not easy with the space we have. So I was like, you know what, I don't come from the field of like working on cars, and you know, but I do take pride in problem solving ability, like just thinking outside the box. So the only thing that I could think of was like, well, what if we had one of those engine hoists so we could lift our griddle up in the air without any manpower? We can take the table out, we can put new tables in, and I can hoist it right back down. You know, they call it like a cherry picker. Again, it's used to like take the engine out of your vehicle. So I'm like, you know what, that's like my best idea. So I started calling buddies, and I ended up getting a hold of Richard Markham, my buddy Dick, and he said, you know what, I might have it, guys. So he called around. He ended up coming last night around 7 o'clock, dropped off the cherry picker, the engine hoist. We got in this morning at like 6:15, and the guys were already cleaning and moving stuff around. We got that hoisted up. It worked exactly how I intended it to in my head. Like it was perfect. It was beautiful. I brought a chain. We lifted. It was great. So now we've got a good setup in there. It's better. It's just safer. It makes more sense. So that's my story of the day as a business owner, as a new restaurant and bar owner. They always say there's always something, right? It's always this. It's always that. But I'm okay with that. Like, it's life. There's always something, no matter what you're doing, whether it's in business or in your personal life. There's always something going on. A life without problems. I mean, problems create you and your character and who you are and the way, you know what I mean? Like a tough life, once you're older and once you've got that wisdom and those understandings, you're tougher. You can go through more. You can persevere, right? Like it builds you and who you are and who your team is. And once your team kind of can believe in you and that anything's possible, I'm not comparing this situation to that, but again, like, it's okay to have problems. It's okay to have issues. I'm not the it's always something kind of guy. That's just like a normal conversation that people have, and you just say that. But it is always something. There's always something going on. There's always an issue. There's always something you got to problem solve. So I'm happy to do it. I love thinking outside the box. I love using my brain and trying to think, what can we do? How can we do it? How can we be more effective, more efficient? How can we save more money? How can we make our team happier, right? Like, that's constantly what my brain is thinking of. So that is my first story of the day and what we're doing here at Grizzy's. That's better. We're already onto a better thing. The kitchen's getting cleaned up. The kitchen's getting more organized. I also have the guys in the kitchen going through all old utensils, any old plates, anything that's just been like stored here for years that, like, you know, hey, we might come around to this, old cups, old this, old that. We're trying to get rid of the overflow, and we're trying to maximize what we have for spacing. So our dry storage can be perfectly organized, so everything can just like flow and work and do what needs to be done. So that's one project, is go through all old utensils, old plates, old cups, like anything. back there, because I want our kitchen and cooks, like, I want them to be extremely happy. I want them to have what they need to succeed. I want them to have like new utensils. You know how it is when you're at home. You get new shoes. Again, I always relate back to fitness, but you get your new gym shoes. You get your new, maybe you get a new thing you want to cook for dinner. Relating back to this, you get that new sweatshirt, new this, new that. You feel better, right? You kind of got a little more swag to you. You're a little bit like more excited, and it's just like it's just that dopamine, that good feeling. You're like, hey, so I know if we can take care of our kitchen guys, if we can clean it up, if they can get some new tools for 10, 20, 30 bucks here or there, I'm willing to spend that all day on my team. They're going to appreciate it. They're going to enjoy it. They're going to be happier to come to work. They're going to be like, I can't wait to cook tomorrow morning because I got this new tool that I've never used before, or I've been using that same tool for X amount of years. I can't wait to use, you know what I mean? So that's what it's all about, is bringing your team together, taking care of them. Same thing with your friends, with your family, right? Like, we should always be doing things to move forward in the right direction, positive movement, and making this the place to be. So that is another project we got going on. Currently, Ellie, my project manager, and Jim, if you were watching the video, you probably just watched him walk by here. He is our handyman. He is awesome. He takes care of whatever projects we got going on. He never says no. He's willing to like just do whatever it takes. They are on our Grizzly Fitness payroll, and they are coming and like gutting everything that doesn't need to be. We're getting rid of stools and chairs that we're just finding in random places. And again, I'm not complaining. This has been a business for how many years, right? Things are stored and things are forgotten about, and it's just how business operates. I mean, my gym locations, we have the same stuff going on there. It's just like we're finally in this business, and we're kind of like trying to get back to square one and start fresh. And so we're just trying to do a little cleanse and organization and just start back where we want to start from, if that makes sense. So again, not talking bad at all. I'm just saying we're getting in here, we're organizing, we're cleaning, we're straightening things up. So Ellie and Jim are currently working on gutting things. Again, the employee bathroom in the back we have now gutted. We're repairing. We're going to rebuild that. We've got a bunch of random stuff. I keep looking over here to the left because it's like our back patio area. We've got a bunch of stuff out there that just is like Goodwill, getting rid of, like just little stuff. And so that's another project we got. For those of you listening who have given me shit about and I'm not saying giving me shit in a bad way, but who have made comments about our bar stools, we are working with a local lady to get some new vinyl on some of them, so that way there's not duct tape, there's not random seat hanging out, so it looks better. At some point, would I like to get new bar stools or new used bar stools or something? Yeah, but right now I just want to get these looking better faster. I've been kind of keeping my eye out on auctions and on Marketplace, and I just haven't found any like good looking bar stools in bulk. So we're going to start revinyling some of these a couple at a time. So basically we'll always be short like 1 or 2 or 3 bar stools until we get them revinyled and in here. And so we're working with a local lady here that has helped us with some vinyl on our gym machines as well. And that way we can start cleaning this up. Another thing, really exciting, we've got a big 75-inch TV coming that's going to go on the wall. If you see where I'm at right now in the bar, I am in the U with 75-inch TV right above the pull tab machine. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be huge. We have 3 other TVs in here that are smaller. We've got if you're familiar with Grizzy's, we've got a 2 up here on like a little triangle. Those are older TVs. Those are coming down, 2 new 43 inchers. If you're looking behind me, you see this little TV here. That one's coming down. It's going to be bigger. It's going to be brand new, a nice 43 inch TV. So yes, this will be done before Sunday. We will have new TVs up. The big game will be on everywhere. So if you're interested in coming down, if you're listening to this, we'd love to have you. We'd love you to come check out the new space and the new things that are happening and hear about the new ideas. We've got the meat raffle, 2 o'clock. We've got sign-in at 2 o'clock, then the meat raffle right after. We've got the game at 5:30. We're going to do some new food specials. So again, I'm going to keep giving you guys the projects I'm working on so you guys can know what's happening here at Grizzy's. We are working on what I'm calling a trial menu. So we are going to work on bringing some new appetizers and new food menus. It's going to be its own little printout, I'm thinking, as called the trial menu. And then we will start pushing that food. You guys can try it, give us honest feedback, and let us know if this is something you'd like to see on the schedule all the time, or the menu, and stuff like that. So this Friday for the fish fry, we will have potato pancakes. We are hoping, that is our intention. We are intending on salad bar opening this weekend. So for dinners as well, we'll have the salad bar going. We are looking at maybe bringing on a new perch potentially. So I'm just talking out loud. These are things we're talking about, but sprucing up the fish fry a little bit, bringing on some new appetizers for the fish fry, bringing on some new appetizers for this weekend for the big game. I want you guys to come and check it out and give us feedback. And again, if you come now and learn what we're doing now, long term, you're going to see like, oh my gosh, I remember what it was like the first week you guys were doing this versus, month 3. I know some people say I want to come in month 2, month 3, month 4, see what it's different. I want you to come now and give us honest feedback now so we can continue working in the right direction. We want to stay open as a business. We want to continue serving the community. We want to keep hearing what the customers and community has to say. So again, we can keep working on this together as a shared vision. This isn't me coming in saying, this is my vision. I want to take care of you guys. So if you can come in now, tell us, was the food fast? Was it slow? Did it taste good? Did it not taste good? Was it hot? Was it cold? How was your service? We are doing little feedback forms so you guys can tell us what you're seeing and what you're not. I am documenting every piece of feedback so that way I can physically see what are people saying the most of, what needs to happen. You know, I've heard people like consistency, maybe when it comes to your food, your drinks, like how consistent are the tastes, right? Cleanliness, organization, right? All of these things. I get it. Come in now, come talk to me, come talk to our staff, make sure we know what's happening, come try the food, tell us how it tastes, and then give us another shot so we can continue making this business better. We need you in order to make our business the best, and so I appreciate you guys for that. Fish fry, like I said, we are going to have more perch, more haddock, more cod, so we will not sell out as fast as we did last time. We will have plenty of options for you, and then look to see maybe a couple new options on the fish fry as well. We are looking at creating a new fish fry menu, so it'll be a little bit better organized and good for you to go. I don't want to say better organized, it's just going to be a little bit of a refresh, right? So you guys will have the new fish fry menu hopefully by Friday as well. We are looking at bringing on a dessert menu. We are looking at, like I said, the trial menu. We are looking at extracting the old menu and cleaning it up. Cleaning it up is not the right word, but we're just looking at revamping it and giving it a little bit of juice. I don't want to reorganize the entire thing so our regulars don't know what the hell they're looking at, but I do want to work on our menus so you guys can have that. We did order like little plastic, I forget what they're called, I keep calling them placards, but the little stands that sit at each table, those we have for the tables as well, the restaurant. So you'll have like your drink menu on there, or maybe your dessert menu or whatever, right? Maybe QR codes so you can tell us exactly how we're doing. So that is kind of some other stuff going on. I'm trying to think if there's any other project I'd like you guys to know about. Restaurant, bar, you know, we've done 2 team meetings now. We've got another team meeting next week so we can be all on the same page. Our main focus is customer service. How fast are we? How reliable are we? How quick? How efficient? As soon as the food hits the table, are we getting it to our customer, right? Like as soon as the food's done, is it out? We're making sure that our host or our hostess is working on helping. So if we're not doing deliveries, our host and hostess is to help the server. If the food hits the table, if I've got my hands full, I'm grabbing the plate and I'm getting it out there to the customer as well. So again, speed, efficiency, reliability, communication, teamwork, honesty. We're trying to bring this team together and work like a family, not like a front end staff and a back end staff and a management staff. We're trying to bring everybody together, work together, operate efficiently, and like make this an awesome place to be. We've brightened up the bar a little bit. We got all of our fixtures working. We've got new bulbs in them. We've got some new bulbs in the bar as well. So again, it's brighter. We're taking the tint off the windows eventually when it's a little bit warmer. And I've got a heat gun. We will be heating up the stickers on the window and the old tint, and we'll get that cleaned up. We will have like our bar hours or whatever on the door as well. So it's like, again, you just know what's going on. So anyways, that's a lot. I have a lot of stuff to do this morning. I just wanted to give you a wrap on what we are working on. I want you guys to share this with all your friends, family, anybody local, anybody who's ever been to Grizzy's before or Izzy's in the past. I appreciate you guys. I really need you guys to come up for Friday Fish Fry. I need you guys to tell us what you want to see on the menu. I need you guys to come out for Sunday for the meat raffle and the sign-in and the big game. So anyways, I appreciate you guys. I will talk to you soon. If you guys want to add me on anything personally, find me on Facebook, add me on Instagram. I think it's colton.burt, Colton.Burt. Otherwise, coltonburt19. If you want to add me on Snapchat, it is colton.burt, Colton.Burt. I use Snapchat a lot for general communication. I kind of came up when Snapchat was a thing, and now Snapchat is like the best, like that's how I text most of my friends and family as well. So again, if you want to add me on Snapchat, I always do like behind the scenes of what's going on here, my workout routine, the food that we cook here. So anyways, add me on there, give me some feedback, message me on Facebook. Any comments on any of our posts, I do my best to respond personally. So if you go back and see any of our old Facebook posts, anything that I've posted in like the last week, that's me responding to you personally. I read every single comment. I talk to G here. G writes down any comments that we need to work on, or I text them if I'm not with them. Hey, this comment, that comment, that comment. We need to document everything. So again, we can make you guys proud and make you guys want to be happy customers here with us. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you for listening. And my Grizzly Life followers and listeners, the people who often listen to my podcast, hopefully you're okay with me utilizing this platform to share with you what's going on, what's happening in my life, and what we're doing. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. I will see you guys soon. Episode 100 is almost here, and I don't have a plan, so we'll figure it out. Anyways, thank you. Have a good one.